So if you watched our Ollie Mine video yesterday, this one's got more Dirtle and less aggro. We've got main deck Engulf the Shores here, which sound great. Stream Decker, thank you. We've copies of Wipe Away here too, for when 8 boomerangs isn't enough. Lost the die roll, what a tilt. I feel like our mono boomerang decks is much better on the play. We have a Spell Snare though. Spell Snare's a card that's pretty good on the draw. His hand doesn't do anything though, right? His hand doesn't do anything though, right? I guess I have a Bolt. Double Days Undoing. I'm gonna keep it. What do the kids say? YOLO? Do the kids still say that? I feel like maybe that phase is past. Maybe we're past the, oh no! Oh no! We do get a new hand at some point, that's true. It's definitely true. Yeah, you said you liked your Tron matchup. Being on the draw is a little bit scary, though. But I could definitely see, with mono boomerangs, having a decent Tron matchup. This hand is woke. Okay. Okay, woke. I gotta work that one into my vernacular. I wanna be hip on the lingo when my kids get older, you know? Get down with my bad self, if you would. Not any real reason to fetch there. It's not the correct use of woke. Woke and vernacular. They might not have anything, and if they have stuff, we might get to... What's it called? We might get to Days Undoing them into not having stuff. Well, my hand doesn't do anything, so I think we're just gonna spin the wheel here. Well, if they have nothing, we get to boomerang them back to the Stone Age. We're just like hoping to not get Karned, right? Like Karn, Ulamog are the cards we want to dodge. Your thoughts on Grizzlebrand? You mean Grisholbrand, that deck? I think that deck's fine. Yeah, it's possible I probably should have mulliganed the first hand, April. The 7 was a little medium. Even not knowing we're playing against Tron, I think in general it's probably just medium. The Expos aren't terrible. I don't hate these cards. They're definitely not Yu-Gi-Oh! Framed bad, right? If they don't slam something scary this turn, we get to double boomerang them, which will keep them off of having Tron next turn. No, don't Karn Mage. Oh, just a Worm Coil. Yeah, that's probably fine, right? I think foil cards should be banned from tournament play. If we're being honest with ourselves. So do I just like double boomerang their lands here? You think so? Just like take my 6, take my lump with the smile on my face. It's like, it's not like their deck has reach, right? So I can just like take 2 hits from this while I get set up. So like, if we draw another boomerang effect here, we can go like pick your tower up, pick your worm coil up. Because foil cards allow for things to be marked very easily, and then you don't have that problem with non-foil cards. They curve and stuff. All right, so in the spirit of using my health total as a resource, I think I'm actually going to Boomerang this land and play Fevered Visions here, because we're actually going to have enough islands to engulf the shores, the Wormcoil back to their hand. So I think this is good. If we like miss on a bounce effect for the Wormcoil in 3 draws, we do die. But I think I think the risk is worth the reward here. God, if we'd have been on the play, we probably would have dumpstered them this game. I see why you think this matchup is good. With no non-foils. The foiling process isn't consistent. So different foils bend and warp at different rates and different amounts. So I don't even think decks that are all foil are okay, generally speaking. So we want to hit another Boomerang effect here. So we can go pick your tower up, pick your worm up. We're obligated to bounce the worm, right? Like otherwise that one's going to kill us. Jace also works here. God, Jace would be so good. Steam Vents. That's unfortunate for us. So I guess I just play this Misty Rainforest, and I'm going to pass the turn here. We'll see what I draw. I'm actually going to fetch to Thin. Probably not relevant. We'll see. We draw Engulf the Shores or another Boomerang. Wipe away. Perfect. So let's go ahead and say pick this up. And let's go ahead and say pick this up. Yeah, we might actually stabilize here. We might actually stabilize here if we can just keep them off of their lands for a little while. Because the foil animation on Magic Online is garbage, so no one wants the cards. And we have a Remand for next turn, even if we miss on... Yeah, Days Undoing would be a nut straw here, too. Days Undoing would load us up. God, Days Undoing is sick in this deck. Oh, I'm excited. This is great. This is different than the other one, but it's still just like grade A. Just this is when I envision like a deck that embodies blue Magic, this deck really feels like it embodies the essence of what playing Magic with blue cards is. I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely sweet. It's definitely sweet. Thanks, Jacob. All right, we're gonna deal 2. The Fevered Vision is gonna take a while to kill them because they gained 12, but and this is why Modern's great. We don't even have to be playing decks that allow us to win all the time to have a good time. All right, so I don't need another red source, right? I'm just gonna play this island and pass. Maybe I'm supposed to play the tapped land. Did we draw? Oh, Wipe Away. Is that one good? I think that one's good. Yeah, maybe I should have played the Steam Vents. This is so great. This is so great. Do I Remand this just to try and hit a Days Undoing? I think I do. I think I just tried, like, we're just like digging for Jaces and Boomerangs and Days Undoings, right? We're gonna feel a little bit sad if we go miss here, but like, this feels worth the risk to reward. This feels like it's worth the risk to reward, almost certainly. All right, we drew another Remand. It's not the end of the world. Okay, we haven't won yet. We are a long way away from winning the game, chat. We are pretty far away from actually winning the game. We're treading water appropriately, but we need a few more tools to actually have won the game. We're definitely positioning ourselves well, but we need a Jace or we need a Days Undoing into some Boomerang effects. The thing I'm not sure about in this deck list is we have like these Spell Snares and these Lightning Bolts that like give us the illusion that we could be interactive, but I feel like there's probably merit to just like going full meme and not playing those cards. That's a good one. I think that one's pretty decent. We've got one main board Blood Moon. One main deck Blood Moon. Now I actually just want to hold this wipe away, right? Because they don't have Tron. 12 more turns, yep. Alright, they have an O-Stone. They have an O-Stone, chat. Yeah, we're probably not beating Karn anyways. Let's just bolt them. Do I want to wipe this away? I think I do. I want to just wipe that away. Get it out of here. Now, this is game one. They don't have Nature's Claims or anything like that for the Blood Moon yet. They will post board, but they definitely don't have any right now. Looking for a Days Undoing here. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Jace into Days Undoing. Another Lightning Bolt's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. No, I don't think that's good, because we kind of need the Fevered Visions to win the game, I think. We kind of need Fevered Visions to be able to win the game. Yeah, like, if these Bolts and Spell Snares were, like, cards that had text boxes, we could be okay. Yep, we're gonna die. We're gonna die to this Walking Ballista. That's really unfortunate. Yep. Gosh, we were so... Oh, we had Snapcaster Mages in there, too, for a while. It's a tilt. That was a really close game, considering that we were on... Considering we were on the draw and we're a little bit behind because of that. Okay, so Blood Moon is excellent here, and these Counterfluxes seem fine. We were at 2. The Walking Ballista dealt lethal, chat. We were for those not paying attention, we were at 2 and the Walking Ballista was lethal. You bolt the Ballista and they deal 2 to us in response. Alright, you can take a 10-minute timeout. Take a 10-minute timeout. Alright, I think this is what I want to do. The Biforce probably isn't good enough, although I guess killing their O-Stone while it's in place probably fine. Maybe that's better than Spell Pierce. You can go either way on that one. I can go either way on that one. Thank you everyone for hanging out here tonight. Hope everyone's having a great Friday, great start to your weekend. I know there's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, so thanks for choosing to spend the start of your weekend here with us, playing some Modern. If you bolt in response to the first shoot, they'll just shoot us again in response, and then their trigger still resolves for me. No, I don't think so. Our plan is to board in Blood Moon, and we'll see enough cards that we should find the Blood Moon, so search is pretty bad without Moon. We don't have that many red sources in our mana-based T-Runes, so we actually can't replicate Shattering Spree that many times. It says Boomerang and Remand on the play. Sounds like a sneaper. So, just tapped, Steam Vents, go. I'm gonna leave that stop on their upkeep. It's probably valuable. Oh, you didn't have any other plays there, opponent. It's unfortunate. I wonder what your turn 2 is gonna look like. Wonder what your turn 2 is gonna look like. It's weird. I'm getting a deja vu feeling here. That's so strange. Anyone see that one come in? The old Urza's Tower go. I don't know what SFA is. I don't know what that card is. Also, this is a donation deck list again. This is I'm going to fetch a... Maybe remanding this is aggressive. I don't know. I kind of just want to, like, get to a Jace, right? Get to a Jace, get to a Blood Moon, get to stuff. I assume they have another land here. I just want to, like, draw a card with that Remand. Thank you for getting rid of my fetches. Days Undoing. Jace. Alright, we've got some Counterfluxes, chat. We've got some Counterfluxes. No, I don't think so. I think the fact that we're, like, trying to get to Blood Moon makes search pretty bad. And I think by force is reasonable because if we're Blood Mooning our opponent or bouncing their lands, there's going to be a lot of situations where they have to cast Oblivion Stone and activate it over 2 turns, which will give us a window to kill it with by force most of the time. Yeah, I'm just supposed to counter that. Just use my mana for the turn. There's a strong argument for countering that since I have 3 of these. Care about this one? Nah, I'm just gonna wait in case they play other things that find. I think I'm gonna counter more things that find lands. I think I'm just gonna leave them on their relics. It's whatever. I don't really care about them taking my graveyard away. Yeah, I agree. We definitely should have countered the Stirrings. We weren't punished like they just got a Chromatic Star, but I think countering the Stirrings was 100% correct. Days Undoing technically shuffles stuff in from the graveyard, but you know, I think we're just, like, always using these aggressively. Part of me surprised that they haven't popped these, but I guess at the same time, like, they probably have a bunch of cards in hand and they're really not looking for anything. So I'm gonna counter a Scrying or a Stirrings here, but other than that, I don't really care. So we're looking for Fevered Visions, Jace the Mind Sculptor, stuff like that. Ways that we can kind of pull ahead here while we're annoying them. I mean, bouncing this one now and another Tron piece later is probably fine. Like, they likely have the ability to find more lands, right? Like, they have 4 cantrips in place. Like, if they're gonna miss a land drop, they're gonna start firing off cantrips to find the land drop. I don't think we're really putting them in behind anymore, or less by waiting. Can you overload Flux for value? We could. That's definitely true. So yeah, so like this, I'm gonna go ahead and counter this, just in case they don't have another Tron piece. If I didn't have a bunch of Counterfluxes in my hand, I'd be a little bit more conservative with Counterfluxing something like that, but we do, so I'm just gonna be pretty aggressive with it. I'm gonna hold the wipe away for now. But I mean, like, how does that really prevent us from doing anything? Like, we're just in the exact same spot we're in now, if what you're suggesting could happen. They draw more cards like that. I'm going to be a little bit sad that I burned these Counterfluxes when I did, but hopefully we just, like, find a way to start doing stuff here. We need a Jace, a Days Undoing, a Fever Vision. We need a way to start pulling ahead here. Need a way to start pulling ahead. I think if they put a different Tron piece into play here, I think I'm just going to wipe this Tron piece away at end of turn and just, like, hope to hit something to start doing stuff next turn. Oh, they already played a Forest. That makes sense. Yep. The flood is real. I wonder wonder if something like Serum Visions is good in here. Probably. I feel like they don't have Tron. I'm not gonna wipe them away. Yeah, the lack of extras draws is definitely one of the things that like put us away last game too, right? Like if we'd have had more draws, we'd have been able to get through our deck more aggressively. The Days Undoing with Boomerangs is interesting though. Well, I mean, like, I don't think this game's a very fair assessment either, right? Like, we're 19 cards into our deck without a Jace or a Fevered Vision, so like, that's not particularly realistic. Like, that's definitely statistically well below average. Or a Days Undoing, so like, we're, you know, however many cards into our deck without any of the best cards that we could be drawing. Yeah, like there are a bunch of great cards we could have here, and we just like have none of them. I'm actually just gonna offer this Jace up as a Brainstorm Game 6, I think. Pretty sure this Jace is just a Brainstorm Game 6. That's a Days Undoing and a Wipe Away. Alright, so I'm gonna put back this and this. I'll play this land, and the next turn, we can Wipe Away plus Days Undoing. Should have pierced the worm, missed the line. What a noob. I assume this is killing Jace, yep. Save Walking Bliss, a +1 card we don't know. Hi, waifu.
What'd you just call me?
Waifu. Thank you for the sandwich.
You're welcome.
My wife cooked me dinner. I love you.
Did you know that this stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Jimmy John's? But if Jimmy John's is out there, it could be.
It definitely could be. Like, Jimmy John's, like, I don't know. Like, oh no, are we dead? Are we dead, chat? It's a big walking ballista. Holy dicks, we're dead. Are we dead? That's a big mama Emrakul right there. We're being invaded.
We are being invaded. Get back upstairs. Upstairs. Upstairs.
Hi.
I sit down. Okay, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Come upstairs.
No.
Tiny monster. Dad's working. You gotta go upstairs with Mom. Can you say hi to the internet?
Say hi, Internet.
Hi, internet. My name is Declan.
Do you want a bite of Daddy's sandwich?
Hey, take your monster.
He wants you.
My mom.
My
I want my dad back. You're sweet.
My dad up there.
Say I love you, Dad.
Mommy.
Put that back.
No.
Put it back.
No.
Don't tell me no.
I'm pretty sure we're dead, but I want to cast Days Undoing. Confirmed dead. That's unfortunate. I feel like we got a touch unlucky there. It's also very possible that this deck is short either a couple of ways to generate some more card advantage, or that like some of these cards are too cute and they should just be Serum Visions. Like if you play Serum Vision in this deck, you could probably cut like a land and some of this nonsense. Good games, Noob. I thought we almost locked up game one. We were so close and then Ballista got us. And there's Remand on the play. How do we win? Fevered Vision, Snapcaster beats, or ulting a Jace. Also, I could realistically see like Bolt. How's it going? Hi Dakota. Hi Dakota. I could realistically see like Bolt being a board card where you just like accept you're trying to hose a particular brand of deck game one with this deck. And then you just like board into bolts against the aggressive decks. Immortal's been here a while. He can get a high Dakota. Our hand's pretty decent here. We have Remand or Spell Snare for a 2-drop next turn. We are live and in Technicolor. Nah, Immortal's good, people. He's got that blue gem next to his name. He's been here a while. Shoe on header pre-record. I'm not wearing shoes, chat. I've got my uplift padded floor mat that I'm standing on. It's phenomenal. I don't think I care about this one. Maybe I do. Someone's gonna kill me. Land. Tilt. I'm a vegetarian, so I get their veggie sub. Their sprouts are A+. Their guac spread is excellent. Damn it, Uplift. Give me a sponsorship. I just bought a nice chair from you too. I am ready to shill the crap out of my new chair. It looks great. Hopefully the new chair is great. I would like for my back to stop hurting. Which would be ideal. I'll snare the crap out of this Dark Confidant. All hail, glorious leader. Land, please. I definitely think I messed up and should have snared this first Goyf. Would a slipped disc affect my upper back? Because when I get back pain, it's near my left shoulder blade. I actually went to a chiropractor a couple of years ago, but then I stopped experiencing it for a while once I like changed my exercise routine and stuff, so I stopped going. All right, so suspend yourself from the ceiling with a harness. Is this I think this is an unsummoned Jace, right? Feels like an unsummoned Jace. Otherwise, we could die to a good Bloodbraid Elf. Days Undoing does reset Goyf. That's funny. No, Goyf was a 4/5. If Goyf was engulfable, we definitely would have done that. I wanted to buy a turn with Jace, so that way we can hit another land next turn, hopefully, and engulf pick everything up. Ideally. I like some of the ideas this deck has, like Days Undoing and Engulf the Shore and Jace all seem like A+ cards. The wipeaways were good too so far, but I feel like so far, and again, like we haven't played enough games to really have like an accurate projection of like what's good, bad, or otherwise, right? But I feel like there's a non-zero chance that like we're giving up too much of the really powerful things we could. God, this is great for us if they're just doing this for the turn. If they do this again next turn, I just get to Engulf the Shore and bury them. They could also just have like Bolt K command in their hand and then I'm dead. But this seems like it's going to put us in a pretty good spot here. If they just fire up Raging Ravine again this turn, we're going to put them in the ground. If we don't die to Reach, we're about to be in a great spot. All right, I think we just bolt this since they didn't fire this up. And then if they don't eat our Spell Snare, we can Snap Snare the Goyf. Yep, reading the Tarmogoyf. That's actually pretty good for us too, because them eating the creature out of the graveyard means that their Tarmogoyf's only a 4/5. Man, if they just go Guy here, I think if the Goyf's just a... No, the Goyf's a 5/6 again because of the Scavenging Ooze, right? Yeah, I'm dumb. So we definitely have to Snap Snare. It's a shame that the Goyf's too big to Engulf the Shore. Yeah, there's a creature again now. Yep. They're doing nothing. Well, that's insane for us, right? They must just have burn spells, right? I feel like we're gonna get Bolt K commanded here. I feel like we're gonna get Bolt K commanded. Yep. Yeah, I feel like we're in a bad spot either way. I think regardless of what we do, I think they're just going to end step kill us. I think we're like rock hard place, do this, hope they mess up, hope their hand is bad. I mean, if with a fresh hand, they might not fire up Raging Ravine, and also we could draw Boomerang to like keep the Raging Ravine from killing us. I think regardless of our lines, we're in a pretty bad spot. I think like there's like a, you know, it's like a play to win line versus a play to lose more slowly moment. Enjoy the ride down, Twitch chat. I'm gonna sit down for a little bit. All right, they'll know that the Raging Ravine gets to be lethal then, so I'm just not gonna show them more cards here. No reason to show them Engulf the Shore. Certainly a Blood Moon matchup. I feel like this is not... I feel like I want these main deck Engulf the Shores, but I feel like I don't want this third one out of the sideboard. Search seems fine. These bolts do enough? I feel like the bolts probably don't do enough, right? Although I guess I really don't want anything else, so I'll just like leave 2. I guess they kill Bob. Although Bob's usually on our team, right? Killing Scavenging Ooze is nice too, though. You don't lose to Ravine. We've got Boomerang and Wipe Away and Blood Moon. Engulf, Snap, Engulf. That's funny. Yeah, maybe I'm like not in love with these lightning bolts. So like maybe the extra Engulf's better than the third bolt. I think I'd buy that for $1. Spell Snare I could kind of take or leave too. Maybe the bolt's slightly better than that, just as more flexible. Let's try this. I don't think I want these Pierces. Counterflux to overload on BBA I think is too cute. A couple of other people have talked about Isochron Scepter, and I don't know about this build, but I feel like in the Owling Mine build, there should definitely be at least one Isochron Scepter in the deck, because like normally you don't want to play Isochron Scepter because like if it gets killed, you're really sad. But like the Owling Mine deck is like mono things that die to things that Isochron Scepter gets killed by. So like if you're just overloading their things that they need to target, it seems reasonable. Yeah, Snapcaster can also block Raging Ravine, that's true. Opponent's taking a while to sideboard. Didn't have the old blue-red Fevered Visions deck in their board notes, apparently. How strange. Hopefully our opponent plays Raging Ravine on 1 and we just get to pick it up. We'll play Flooded Strand on 1, fetch up a Steam Vents. Since we have our Blood Moons in our deck. And we always have Fever Visions. Hey, Brother479 with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. Thanks for sending your Amazon Fun money this way this month. I do appreciate that. As always, if you're enjoying my content, subscriptions are the best way you can show support for it. We had a split on Boomerangs yesterday, and then the auto added just new ones when I imported this deck. The old art is so strange. So do I want to just play this search? I think I do. I just want to play this search. This card's going to give us some good card quality here. I like that your username is brother. That's funny. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Look at that, chat. We did get paid for giving a shout out. No, this isn't it. I was gonna say we could hold this to end step, bounce their fetch, but this is actually a sorcery, so this is definitely our only play. Fetching around Blood Moon, clever. That's smart. Like a mostly blue deck splashing ride, you should probably assume there's Blood Moons hiding in our deck. So good line from the opponent fetching around that. You have a Scavengling Ooze, opponent. Boomerang. Nope. I would like a boomerang, please. Let's pick that one up. I always enjoy a nice bourbon and a dank Hoagland beam. What's going on Band Skull Clamp? I did write an article about a Boros Charm deck forever ago. Scavangling ooze. He's just scavangling his way around. Hopefully we draw another boomerang here and just to pick both their lands up. Yep, do not need to steam vents. Snapcaster Mage. That's interesting. So, do I just snap Eye to Nowhere here? I think so. Makes the Tarmogoyf smaller. Their Scavenging Ooze is currently tapped out. Is this deck good against Jund? How does this deck win? Eventually you annoy your opponent enough and they throw their keyboard and concede the match. Eventually your opponent decides it isn't worth their time and they give up. Jeff understands the heart of the deck, yep. So if they bolt me here, they can attack me for 5 total? That seems fine. Yep. Engulf looking decent, better than Lightning Bolt, so I'm happy with that change. Days Undoing. I think I want that one, right? I'm gonna pass the turn here, and then we're gonna see Days Undoing just do really God's work here, right? We're gonna to end step Engulf, untap, boomerang a land, Days Undoing, like shuffle all your shit away, and we'll be back at a full 7. We'll be sad if they thought seize us, but outside of a thought seize, we're gonna be in a pretty happy spot here, and I'm gonna be happy because we're doing dirty things to our opponent. Today was a garbage day for me, so coming home to Hoagland and some adult beverages is a nice way to end on a high note. Well, Phoenix Lance, welcome. I'm glad your day... No! No! Jay Walsh with the brand new tier 2 sub. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. As always, your support is appreciated. I was gonna do fun things, opponent! Do I just cast the Engulf the Shore? I think I'm just gonna Engulf. Yeah, I think we're just gonna cast the Engulf. Yeah, I think we just do this. Just like it buys us more time now. No, the point of a lot of the bounce spells in this deck are to bounce your opponent's lands. And, like, we do get 2 shots another Days Undoing here, right? I'm convinced these leagues are pre-recorded and Jeff is just providing commentary, right? I just file for comp here. I suggested my opponent's best card, and then they had their best card. Come on, Days Undoing on top. Days Undoing on top. Yeah. I'm just passing here. Am I boomeranging this Tarmogoyf? I think so. I think we're on the boomerang Tarmogoyf remand them plan. We'll see what they do. If they lead on a discard spell, we'll remand the discard spell, obviously. This could be a Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, the Owling Mine build we played last night had 2 Cryptics in it, and that felt okay there, but 4 mana is a lot of mana. That much is for sure. That's Days Undoing. Okay. Alright. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance, chat. That's all I need. All I need is a chance. I just need my fair shake, okay? I just need my fair shake. Gosh, we're so close. Oh, we're just one away from being able to play Jace this turn too. That'd have been so good. I just have to Days Undoing here, right? Just like need the cards. Don't want to wipe anything. No, I have a Remand, so we're not going to wipe anything away here. Oh, I could have Jace Stormed and hoped for a land. That's interesting. Yeah, I think I should have done that. Maybe? I don't know. The downside, if we miss, is pretty high. I honestly can't tell if we're winning. It's a delicate balance, winning versus not winning. Yeah, you gotta tread lightly. You don't wanna be winning too much, right? Yeah, exactly. And like if the Jace dies, like that's fine. Like a gain 3 plus a land is like pretty valuable, I think. It's another Bloodbraid Elf. Or discard spell, sure. Interesting. Do I want to wipe away this Bloodbraid Elf? Is that psychotic? That's probably psychotic. I think I just accept that we died at double bolt. Because there's no way they don't have removal. Yeah, I thought about that. Wipe and then wipe both cliffs. Then, like, hope they don't have an untapped red source. I assume they have another bolt here and we're dead. Yeah, their timing was poor on the first bolt, so I kind of implied they had a second one. Alright. Let's try and get on the scoreboard here. Our less aggressive Boomerang deck is not having such a stellar showing. I wonder, the Days Undoing is neat, but I wonder if 4 is the right number. I feel like I really just like want some Serum Visions in here, just to like smooth out the consistency a little bit. While we're waiting for a third match in this league to pop, I'd just like to say good morning, afternoon, good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. If you're new, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer, and stream Magic basically full-time in here, 30, sometimes 40 hours a week. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything else so people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, you should consider subscribing on Twitch. Subscriptions are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. I'm gonna give you a quick timeout there because we drew the thing off of casting Days Undoing, so we couldn't cast the visions. That's not how Days Undoing works. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. mtgotraders.com will have to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. If you use code HOGUT PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anoronix and you. Anoronix likes to remind you to hit that follow button if you enjoy what you see. Seems okay. Seems fine. So yeah, I think my big takeaway compared to playing the Owling Mind deck we played last night is that this deck is less linear and more interactive. And I feel like I've kind of hit this middle, like it kind of hits that middle point that a lot of these decks do, where just like our interactive plan isn't good enough to like win games through interaction, but our linear plan is made worse by trying to do that. So we kind of just like end up with this amalgamation of like awkward, not quite linear enough, but awkward, not quite interactive enough. It's doing an okay job of surviving. I'm supposed to bolt this. Probably, I guess it could be a... Yeah, I'm just going to bolt the bird. Let's just bolt the bird. It makes our remands better if we bolt the bird. Remand is such a better card when you're on the play. Do you have a preferred version of Kiki Chord right now? Definitely the Bant variation is the most recent one that we've played. I think I am okay with that one. My favorite Kiki Jiki deck in general right now, though, is certainly the... I'm searching for words. The Temur Kiki Evolution deck I've been working on. I like that deck a lot. Actually, Infect. Okay. Confirmed Infect. This is probably not a good scene for us. I feel like they're just going to bury us with these fevered visions. And one of the things Jim Davis actually suggested commenting on Twitter last night was that he made the suggestion that we play Chalice of the Void in the other Owling Mind deck, and that seems kind of sweet. I think that could be a sweet addition to that deck, because like you're not playing 1-mana spells anyways, and you're already playing Simian Spirit Guide, so like a lot of the decks that like your game plan of make them draw cards and like bounce their stuff isn't good against, like Chalice on one is going to be good against. What are the odds we die if I cast Fever Visions here? Like 200%? I'm going to pass with Bolt Remand up since we drew a Bolt. I think if I didn't draw the Bolt, I'd just windmill the Visions and hope for the best. But because we have two pieces of interaction here, I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot. And by good spot, I mean maybe not dead. So if opponent fires at the Inkmoth Nexus and attacks here, what we're going to do is just take the hit for 2 off the Exalted trigger, and then during their end step, we will Lightning Bolt the Inkmoth Nexus. The reason why we want to sequence in this manner is because it makes it so if my opponent has sufficient protection that's also pump spells, we don't take extra infect. So we take a guaranteed 2 infect to give ourselves the chance to not be blown out by pump plus protection. And if they go to play a pump spell here, I'm going to bolt it in response. So if they pull the trigger, I'm going to respond. But if they just like go to deal 2, I'm not going to do anything. So I'm going to bolt in response to this. Because they need 2. They need like mutagenic growth plus protection because I can remand. So if they have protection plus mutagenic growth, like it is what it is. White Boy is really funny in this matchup, like someone in chat just pointed out. And if they pass the turn here without an infect threat in play, we just get to play the Fevered Visions unmolested. which is sweet. I would take the list that I have on YouTube, and I would put the Scop Clan Berserkers in the main, and I would board the Tireless Trackers. It's just a different style of deck that's doing some similar things to the Ollie Mine deck. It's like trying to be a little bit more fair and less linear. Yeah, probably SPH, but like, just because they should do something doesn't mean they're going to do that thing. Like, people sequence in ways that are less than optimal all the time, myself included. I guess post-board Blood Moon and Anger are both good here, so like Dispel's decent too. Engulf's also kind of funny. So I don't think we're DOA in this matchup. I think we're probably a little bit of a dog, but we definitely have some tools. Wipe Away is also pretty excellent. Snapcaster, deal. So if they don't do anything next turn, I might like wipe away their Noble Hierarch or their land and then untap and cast Days Undoing. Probably the Noble Hierarch. This is April's deck list. This is the deck list April's been working on. This is directly from her. Yeah, I could bolt it. That's true. That's true. That would give us a clock. Alright, I'm gonna try and snap bolt this Glistener Elf here. In response to this. Well, remember, their hand is like, I'm gonna be pretty surprised if this bolt resolves on the Glistener Elf. Like, their bricking is building up a critical mass of things to play through whatever we could be doing, potentially. No, that's later. That's next weekend. Not this weekend, but a week from this weekend. So, he'll be driving to Cincinnati this time next week. Not expecting this to resolve. I guess it could resolve and they just give it +4/+4 too. That also works. So I think on our turn, we'll just go crack Flooded Strand for Island, wipe away your Glistener Elf, cast Days Undoing. So I take their threat off the table. Save myself a point of health here. So, actually, I'm not going to show them that I have Wipe Away in my deck, and I'll also leave a mana up in case we draw Bolt. So, because they're tapped out, we'll just Eye to Nowhere into this. Gives away less information, and it's more mana efficient. Leaves us some utility. I'm not attacking with the Snapcaster Mage on purpose, because I want to be able to block a Noble Hierarch, so they can't kill us with Noble Hierarch pump spells. I should put a stop during their upkeep, but we didn't have anything here that punished us for not having one. So that's nice. Wild Defiance. That's what I haven't seen in a while. Alrighty. Really? We are 0-2 in this league. We have Fevered Visions right here. That's how do we win? I have a Fevered Visions right here on the table, chat. Come on now. Modern staple Fevered Visions. So I have this wipe away. So that probably means I can cast this other Fevered Visions. I mean, opponent's at 9. How do we win? We're almost there. We've almost got him. Why are Days Undoing and As Foretold good together? Maybe I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I think so too, Steam Flugger. I think if I was gonna work on something some more, I'd start with the one with the Howling Mines in it. It's got more oomph to it. Does bigger, sillier, faster things. It also just draws more cards too, right? Like it's got more draw card effects in it, which is enjoyable. So I'm just gonna chump block this Listener Elf. Leyline of Anticipation. Can we just play Quicken? Quicken could be okay in a deck like this, especially with like Eye to Nowhere. Quicken Days Undoing sounds great. Can we Quicken Days Undoing? I feel like that's a meme we should build at some point. Just like the Quicken Days Undoing deck. Yeah, of course Quicken replaces itself. Oh, I need to respond to this one. It's a lot of lands, Goldie. You probably want some of your what's it called? Some of like Fevered Vision type effects. Alright, got the concession. Remand's pretty bad here. Blood Moon, Forked Bolt, Anger, all excellent. Spell Snare's okay. This is not a Search for Azcanta matchup. It's probably a Jace out matchup, maybe. Maybe it's from A Days Undoing. How do you feel about this? Just be like bad blue-red control? I hold priority for no reason. Yes, definitely should have let each of them resolve. Is Pierce better than Snare? I don't think so. The Dispel's probably worth playing too, right? I don't think Pierce is actually good. I think a lot of games are going to get to a point like that last game where the opponent's going to have a lot of lands in play. So I think Dispel is good because it guarantees stop them, but I think our opponent's going to end up flooding out or having a lot of lands in play a lot of games, which makes Spell Pierce's appeal be a lot less. I definitely agree that this deck is less of a meme than the other one. Azcanta's fine. Not exciting, but fine. I'm excited. This is my last day sitting in this old creaky chair. That's like a cardboard with a small layer of foam over it. You tell us about your trip to SCG Orlando with Matt. I don't really know what there is to tell. Matt and I drove overnight from Illinois to Orlando in one shot. rotating back and forth. So the kids were sleeping. Deck needs more surgicals. They all always need more surgicals, right? That looks pretty good for us. I'm gonna eye to nowhere this. There are combinations of cards they could have that let them untap and kill us here, but I think this is fine. Getting a Spell Pierce out of their hands pretty exciting because they don't untap and kill us when we draw land, we get to Blood Moon them. And it's only like 14 from Central Illinois. It's like 14, 15, something like that. When Matt drives, you can shave like 25% off because he speeds, but I don't. I'm a good boy when I drive. Alright. This is feeling like a concession, Blood Moon. Yeah. Alright. Here's hoping for a concession, Blood Moon. We played Surgical Dot Deck pretty recently, yep. Your move, Yugi boy. If you would have told me that the first deck we were going to get on the scoreboard against was Infect with this, I'd have called you a liar. I live in a country you could cross in less than half that time. Yeah, the kids were 1 and 3. The kids were 1 and 3 at that time. We didn't actually stay at Disney. Where did we stay? We stayed at something not Disney. Pick it up. Do 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 do. So we're gonna snap eye this, I think. And by that I mean we're just gonna Jace it. Alright, we on the scoreboard. I mean, they were missing land drops anyway, so there's not really a reason to make them pick up lands when they're missing land drops to begin with. I did have a sweet birthday cake. No, it was a Father's Day cake, right? Yeah, because that was in fall. My birthday's in January. I think it was Father's Day. Yeah, I think it was like May or June-ish, maybe. Concession Blood Moon equal best Blood Moon, right? Alright. We're on the scoreboard. We're not quite as dank a meme as last night, but we are on the scoreboard here. We're 1 and 2. This is modern, so I'm expecting to 3-2 here because every deck is a 3-2 deck. Every deck is a 3-2 deck. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate it. I think this is going to be my last league for the night. I'll be live again tomorrow night after the Grand Prix done, I'm thinking. Hopefully we can be on the play with our boomerangs here at some point. Ding. Can't keep 6 lands. I'm going to keep this with a scry. We've got 23 lands in our deck. Double Remand on the play is pretty good. Come on. Ayo! We're really good at hitting land drops when we need them. So far tonight. Hopefully they play like Azcanta here. Honestly, if they even just like play like an Opt or something at the end of turn, I'm probably gonna remand it just to like try and power through this Fever Visions. Interesting. Breeding Pool. Could be Scape Shift. God, the Scape Shift matchup with this deck is probably hilarious. Please play a Ram spell. Ooh, that's not good for us. Alright, hopefully we hit a red source here and then just spam the Fever Visions. Dang, God, we are so good at this. If you've ever wondered what it takes to be a Magic professional, you should take notes right now. This is what it takes. Tarmogoofy. Do they not have a third land? That would be good for us. This is actually a boltable Goyf, right? I swear every time a Tarmogoyf dies to a lightning bolt, an angel gets its wings. That's so good for us. I think I want to hold up Remand here rather than jam the search. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold up Remand since they missed land drops. If we draw, hopefully we hit a land this turn, although they're also missing lands, like it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just Boomerang this breeding pool, because they're pretty likely to hit lands here sometime soon, and then we can snare this Goyf when it comes down. No, I mean, I can always Spell Snare later like this. I'm missing land drops too, so I want to like give myself the best possible chance to hit land drops. Looks like they're playing the Reed Duke deck. So do I just play Jace here? I think I'm just gonna play Jace and Scry. Try and find another land drop. Wipe away and put that on the bottom. Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm just looking for like 2 mana boomerangs and land drops here, since I already have a wipe away in my hand. Oh no, they're drawing 3 cards, chat. How can we ever keep up? How can we ever keep up with this insurmountable card advantage? Oh no! Oh no! How could we ever win the game now, chat? I'm surprised that we're still playing. Maybe they just like wanted to resolve their AV on principle, but like this game's pretty done. Pretty over. They just suspended 2 more ancestral visions. That's adorable. You're so cute, opponent. You're so cute. All right, what? So we get 4 looks at a Boomerang here. Jace Storm. That's Boomerang. Yes, yes, sirree. Put this one back. Put this one back. Play this. Wipe this one away. Bounce that one. All right, your move. This is all I got. Yeah, now we've had enough. Now we weren't done last turn, but now we've had enough. Okay, sure, sweet. So Blood Moon's probably not particularly good. Spell Pierces and Dispels sound great. It's probably a Lightning Bolt out matchup. I know we killed a Goyf with it that game, but I think killing a Goyf with a Lightning Bolt's a pretty rare occurrence. A matchup, the game's not over, but you can concede at any point. Concession is always an option. I think this is a fine 2 Engulf matchup, but I don't think I want a 3rd. I'm gonna click submit like this. I don't think I want any more of these. Pretty easy mulligan there. Seems decent. Looking for another land here. Yeah, I agree, Worm. That's why I kind of want like 2 more Boomerang effect wipeaways in the other list. And like that game, we kind of did like what the Owling Mine list does, right? Like we stuck up Fevered Visions and we just Boomeranged them back into the Stone Age. They discarded a Huntmaster that game, so Reed Duke had 5-0'd with a teamer list with Huntmaster and no Bloodbraid in it. So I think that's probably what they're playing. Yeah, I know, Cord. I appreciate that. And I'm smart enough to sort those out. It's just so funny the amount of people that just like parrot things that they like don't even know to be true. They're just like, well, why are you saying that? Well, someone else said it, so now I'm saying it. It's like, man. You like Learn to think for yourself and be like a functioning, contributing member of something. I don't think I want to try an eye here. I think I just want to hold remands up. I've come around. I've resolved my fair share of Brainstorm. And I see you, Mrs. Playing Lands at GP Seattle. Won't you lecture me about Brainstorm? There isn't a blue card in your legacy deck. I think I want to eye since I have Undoing. That's interesting. Huh. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being the case. I just feel like if I play a card there, I'm going to get remanded, and I really don't want to get remanded. Zero Forever with the $10 donation. Thank you very much. For the laughs I get when I hear your MTG jokes. Also, there's a debate on whether or not Leyline of Sanctity in the main deck of Ad Nauseam is good. Willing to pay for your testing and thoughts. I actually think main deck Leyline is great in Ad Nauseam. I think it's very reasonable. It's very, very reasonable. I mean, like, just because they're holding up the counter doesn't mean it's wrong to play the Eye to Nowhere. Like, honestly, if I knew they had Mana Leak, playing the Eye into a Mana Leak is fine. Because, like, something's going to get Mana Leaked at some point. So next turn, they get to stick this AV, potentially. So what they do here, if they have a 4-drop, we could be in a little bit of trouble. The click into a 4-drop's a pretty big swing. Reed's list didn't play Remand. That's good to know. Huh. I feel like we're just a little bit behind the 8-ball here, especially having been on the draw. I'm just going to put this back to their hand and pass. Yeah. I think you want at least one pact in your deck, Zero Forever, but yeah, a couple of the packs would be the start. I don't think Reed was playing Bloodbraid Elf. If they have a Dispel, a Snare, or a Pierce, we could be in a little bit of trouble if they replay the Huntmaster and remand them. If they don't have a counter, we get to Remand and then Daze Undoing, effectively undoing the card advantage they've generated from their... Yeah, this is a counter spell. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess this just lets me untap, play my Jace, bounce their Wolf. I'm doing all right, cardboard crackling. Hanging out, playing some more blue-red Boomerangs. A little bit of a different take. Less aggressive, less all-in, more grindy. Or Fate Sealing, sure. I don't think that's GG. We have a Jace of our own. We have Fevered Visions. We have a Daze Undoing. We've got a bunch of tools right now. What's going on, Boogie? We have a subs party at my house this summer. I don't think we could fit 800 people at my house. I think the police would have a problem with that. I have a bolt. It's unfortunate. Alright, now we're pretty dead. Willing to pack it in at that one there. Uncontested Jace is usually the game. Maybe I want these counterfluxes. Spell Snare is a little bit worse on the play. I mean, Days Undoing doesn't take their Jace away, right? Like the Jace is just gonna bury us. I think we're just fetching a tapped land anyways. Doesn't really matter what's on top. If there's something that we wanted on top, we could not fetch. That's fair, April. That's fair. I have no reason not to just fetch out all my steam vents, right? So they don't deal damage to me down the line. Yeah, but we have, like, she's right. We have a bunch of bounce effects in our deck. So, like, I should have waited and seen if the Days Undoing resolved. I was kind of assuming they had a counterspell, but, like, there's definitely a chance that they, like, don't have a counterspell yet. And if they don't have a counterspell yet, we could pick up a bounce spell. Magic's a lot of fun, Nasty. Howdy. Welcome. Hanging out on a Friday night here. So I think we're just gonna wipe away a land at end of turn here and then, like, untap and slam Jace, hopefully. Yeah, that's fine. How do we, like, bounce the untapped island, untap Jace unsummon? I think I like that. I think that puts them behind a sufficient amount. Ad Nauseum's a sweet one. I've really liked that one so far. I think Jace's defeat, no. No, Jace's defeat is pretty terrible. It's a really narrow card. You want something more flexible than that. Modern's a really diverse format. You want cards that are gonna do more than something like Jace's defeat will do. Alright, well, if they just, like, play land go, I just, like, go unsummon this, cast Days Undoing, right? Yeah, 10 out of 10. We are running Boomerang and Eye of Nowhere. So again, this is the card advantage from this. Oh, that's a little awkward. I'm glad we have another Days Undoing. Opponent had 7 cards and we had 2 there, right? This does give them a chance to hit a bolt. We're hoping for something a little bit better than a bunch of lands here, obviously. Hoping for something a little bit better. If they can't kill the Jace here, we are going to get to brainstorm a couple of these away. Looks like Jace is dead, unfortunately. Probably going to take a mulligan on our hand here with this. It kind of sucks if they get to stick a thing here. We don't have any Boomerang effects. I have an entire article that you don't even have to get opinions. This is just cold, hard data. You know, listen, all the people that were screaming doom and gloom, they were looking to get clicks. Yeah, I should flash in Snap because we're just gonna Days Undoing anyways. Good line. Good line. God, that's rancid. Okay. All right, we definitely... This is an upgrade from the 6 lands we had a second... Oh, it makes the Goyf a 0/1. I forgot it makes the Goyf a 0/1. That's excellent. That's so great. Fantastical. Stop it, Skull Clamp, get out of here. You crazy. Unbanned Skull Clamp. So hopefully they, like, tap out for a 4-drop here and we counterflux them. Yeah, sweet. Here's my no button. and then we can Boomerang this plus play Jace and probably Fate Seal ourselves. And then, like, we have a Jace on board uncontested, hopefully, unless they have, like, Bolt. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm just gonna fetch a tapped land here. Scry me a river. Yep, put that one on the bottom. So I fetched first there because I don't think holding up one land to bluff is very, very important. And this way I get the land out of my deck, and the thing I bottom, I get to keep on the bottom of my deck longer, potentially. I would unban Pod, I would unban Twin. I'd unban a lot of cards if I was in charge of Modern. I'd unban Green Sun Zenith. There would be like a Modern would shift probably a small bit if I had my way. And we can unsummon this Goyf with the Jace and, like, not have the Jace die to Bolt still, which is nice. Although I kind of just want to Brainstorm here, right? Just have so many lands in my hand. Like, have a fetch land guaranteed already. Good lord. That's really rancid. I think Cloud Post is less offensive than Tron, but, like, Tron's super offensive, so, like, less offensive than Tron's a really low bar. I have a Snapcaster Mage. Okay. This is probably going to be Snap Bolt here at the Jace. So we're going to lose our Jace here, which kind of sucks. All right. Do we play around another Bolt in their hand? I could go Boomerang plus Wipe Away here, right? I could go Boomerang plus Wipe Away here. That's probably loose. I'm just gonna let them start their turn and see what they do. I might Boomerang my Jace. That might be a thing that's about to happen. I mean, Engulf the Shores are in my deck right now, too. No, I want to wipe away the Goyf. I don't think I can take this hit from the Tarmogoyf. We're only at 13. I think I just let the Jace go. I think I'm gonna have a second Fevered Visions online next turn, so, like, that'll hopefully provide me with enough cards. No, I wouldn't put more degenerate things into the format. I think there's enough degenerate things you can do in Modern. We don't need more degeneracy in the format. So probably looking for a land to replay the Tarmogoyf here. Yeah, or they had it already. Do I want to redirect to Jace? Yeah, I think I do. Snapcaster is sweet. Fevered Visions is just such a powerful card. This card's just, like, super good in decks that can leverage it. So I can snap Counterflux plus Spell Pierce. You don't need, okay, so I am floored that any reasonable, logical, consistent person can look me in the face and tell me that Green Sun for Dryad Arbor is too good and too flexible in a format where Karn gets played on turn 3 and Storm kills me on turn 3. Like, that's laughable in my opinion. Like, one of these things is much better than the other, and that one is still legal. Green Sun Zenith was played in the Cloud Post deck that was oppressive. There was a Cloud Post deck that was really obnoxious that played Green Sun Zenith, but that was also partly because Cloud Post is really powerful. A Snapcaster of their own. Alright, this sucks for us. Hopefully we hit an Engulf the Shores next turn and can have them pick their stuff up here. We're gonna get to kill their Jace with this Fevered Visions. Do I want to just Spell Pierce and like... Nah, the Spell Pierce is probably going to be live at some point. Alright, so we're looking for Engulf the Shores here. I would just ban Grape Shot. I would ban Grape Shot and unban Ponder and Preordain if I could do anything I wanted to the modern ban list. You can still play Storm, you gotta go off with Empty the Warrens. Maybe I was supposed to Pierce there to prevent them having another Goyf. But I guess I need the what's it called anyways, right? It's a Misty Rainforest. So 2 shots here. Ding. Engulf the Shore, those unfamiliar return to their owner's hands all creatures with toughness less than the number of islands we currently control. And if we get to flip this search for Azcanta and get these Fevered Visions going, we might have a chance here. I'm kind of sad I don't have my 3rd Engulf the Shores in my deck right now. Hopefully we have Snapcast. We have 1 Snapcaster Mage left in our deck. And this is putting them to 8 here, right? Like, Fevered Visions is so good. Fevered Visions is such a just... And this is why decks like this are sweet, right? Like, why we tried another deck like this. We might play some more Owling Mine in the future just because it's kind of a hoot. Alright, we get a look with this too. Nope, don't put Snapcaster Mage in my bin. Yes, transform. So let's draw my cards at my end of turn here, because we could have like a Dispel. And then we're definitely Snap Engulfing before they untap. Counterflux, Counterflux, please. Alright. Survival and Squirrel Nest are probably not too good for Legacy now. So we can actually activate Search for Azcanta too here, which is great. So just gonna go ahead and Engulf the Shores here. And like, this is a pretty big time walk, right? Like, they're at 8. These are dealing 4 a turn to them. It's a Logic Knot. Can't wait to Spell Pierce the crap out of this Logic Knot. Snapcaster Engulf is very good. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. So we're going to pick this Snapcastery poo right back up here. Stop it. I mean, Earthcraft being banished because Wizards of the Coast doesn't care about the format at all, right? That's basically why it's banned. Do I Counterflux one of these Goyfs? I'm probably supposed to Counterflux one of these Goyfs, right? I can Snap Counterflux it. Is it Engineered Explosives? We're definitely Snap Counterfluxing that one. Smells like engineered explosives. Foil, rest in peace. Is that worth money? I guess it's a format staple. It wouldn't surprise me if it's worth money. Ad Nauseam was one of the better performing decks. That's fine. If they play a second Goyf, I'm going to snap Counterflux that one. But I want to... Engineered Explosives is on my mind here. They have a Huntmaster of the Fells. Huh. I get a lot of looks at another Engulf here. Just going to activate this in response. Days Undoing. That's okay. Days Undoing seems okay. Does it? I kind of just want to Spell Pierce, Remand. I'm gonna take a Spell Pierce. Bottom of the rest of these. Got one more Engulf in our deck here. Oh, that lets them gain 2 health. Okay, that's smart. Lets them gain 2. Alright, so I'm gonna draw my 2 cards here from our Fevered Vision to see what we get. I guess we could die here because of my not countering last turn. Yeah, huh. Maybe I was too greedy there. And I haven't cast a spell yet, so I definitely need to do that. So I'm going to take Eye of Nowhere here. I'm going to play this Snapcaster Mage. And Boomerang this Tarmogoyf. This can block and trade here. I can't lose with Jace. I mean, I don't think that's true. Like, they're dead in 2, right? So, like, Jace isn't really accomplishing a whole ton. Like, they're gonna die to these Fever Visions in 2 turns. So, like, Jace just sounds like an expensive unsummon, whereas this is a 2-mana unsummon, right? Because they're gonna take 4 this turn and go to 2, and then the Fevered Visions will kill them next turn. The win condition is the Fevered Visions in play that are killing them. When I just play the last Fevered Visions for lethal this turn. Oh, because I'm dumb. I should have done that. Yeah, I should have just played the Fevered Visions. You're right. I didn't take the line that went... Well, actually, we knew they had engineered explosives. It felt like they had engineered explosives based on the way they played a game earlier. Based on the way they had played earlier. It felt like they had engineered explosives. It didn't guarantee that they did, but it felt like they did based on how they had sequenced their mana. Like, tapped and untapped. So we actually didn't know for sure that they had this, but it felt like they did. Alright, so I'm actually going to Spell Pierce the Engineered Explosives here, because I don't want the Engineered Explosives to resolve. So they're mana leaking my Remand, but now this allows my Spell Pierce to be live on their EE. They know that Spell Pierce is there, though. Oh, you're saying instead of the Snapcaster Mage? If I don't play the Snapcaster Mage, I could just die to them attacking me. So that's not good. I definitely need to play the Snapcaster Mage there. That's not close. Snapcaster Mage has to be played. That's not optional. Do I have any bolts in my deck? Nope, they're all on the board. Tilt. Wipe away. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this since it's a sorcery. I'm going to hold this last one just in case my opponent has another EE that sneaks through. Go. We're not gonna let this token hit us because I don't want to die to double bolt. If they have another EE here, we get to activate Azcanta. Opponent said GG. This will put us to 2-2 if we win this match. To play the third one for some of our points back in a treasure chest. This is modern. Every deck is a 3-2 deck, right, chat? Yeah, get them. Got them good. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Hopefully we get another controlling deck or a Tron deck where we get to be on the play, maybe. I feel like we got pretty unlucky against the last Tron player we played in round 1. I feel like we came up a little bit short on the bad side of variance. I want to combine some of the ideas that this deck has with the more aggressive Owling Mine version that we played the other night, I think. On the play, that's a good start. Boomerangs into Days Undoing, perfect opener. I'm going to stand up for my last match here. This is going to be my last match of the evening. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I do appreciate it. You know, there's a lot of different things you could be doing, different Magic streams you could be watching on this Friday night, and I appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with us. Enjoy the ride up here. Uh-oh, humans. Humans. I miss the traps, too. The other deck is a more powerful meme. Yeah, the other deck's a more powerful meme for sure. I definitely want to leverage the more draw effects that the other one had, but there are some neat cards in this build too. I have no idea, Big Mama. I definitely never reported it. Life's just been too busy. What else did we play tonight? We played Blue-Black Tezzeret that we actually had a very good run with. It was kind of sweet. Super sweet. We don't Griffin Sen. We board into some Anger of the Gods and a Forked Bolt and like pray a little bit. This is going to be the last deck of the evening, so Christy's been really busy with work and I've been streaming a bunch, so we haven't had as much time to hang out, so we're going to spend some time together this evening. Thalia. That's rude. Wipe that away. Oh, I guess they can float mana in response to this, can't they? That's annoying. That's really unfortunate. Thalia was unfortunate for us. Maybe I was just supposed to Boomerang the Thalia. I don't know, I could see that going either way. I don't think I'm supposed to Days Undoing here. I haven't missed a land drop yet, though. I think I'm just going to plan to Remand whatever they play next turn since I don't have any other land drops. Just going to Remand them. I do know what I'm playing for the team event. I'm not sharing it publicly, though, because sharing what you're playing in a Legacy tournament's a pretty big leg up. Letting people know I'm playing, like, Grixis Delver versus Belcher, like, people knowing if they should mulligan to Force or not, or what kind of hands they should keep game 1 is a pretty big in Legacy. And if they don't play anything here, we'll just get to end step Boomerang them. More 1-mana things kind of sucks for us, though. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, we're pretty dead. Let's get to the post-board games where we actually have some interaction for what they have going on. Get these remands out of our deck. Spell Snare, Anger, Forked Bolt, Blood Moon, Engulf the Shore. Those are all cards I want. Days Undoing itself is a little bit medium. Sounds great. Try and pick off their first couple of things and then stick a Blood Moon and like Engulf the Shore, send all their stuff back. It is a pile of Legacy Legal Magic cards, in fact. Hideous Expeditions. They were what MTGO traders auto-imported into my cart. Did I have the option to remand Thalia? I'm pretty sure I was tapped out. Pretty sure I was tapped out. I don't think I want Spell Snare. They usually have Cavern in their deck. They're yeah, that sounds good. They're a Cavern Aether Vial deck, which makes Spell Snare less appealing, but I could see the appeal of Spell Snare from the angle of all of our cards are pretty, like, it's just resource efficient in our deck full of not terribly resource efficient things. Alright, no Flui hit an island. Next turn, our fetch land. I get to slam this Blood Moon here. I don't remember. Possible. Very possible. Oh, you're right. I played an echoing whatever wipe away. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and pack it in. Getting kind of tired for the night, so thanks everyone for hanging out. This more controlling, less all-in version of Owling Mine was interesting, but I think I enjoyed it less personally overall. I think there's some ideas I could apply from here to the other deck though, like Wipe Away was really good. Actually, honestly, the Ebony Owls in this deck were pretty anemic, so I think I want to try and mix and match some of the ideas between the two, and maybe play this deck again in the future. Ruin Flare Trap's a hoot, and Simian Spirit Guide's a hoot. Any rate, thank you everyone for watching. I will catch all y'all around later. If you didn't catch the Tezzeret deck that we played to start off the stream tonight, I'm going to go ahead and publish it on YouTube here in the next couple of minutes, and then the full video for that other blue-red deck will be up later. And if you didn't see this blue-red deck last night, you definitely need to check that out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. It was a total hoot in the most literal sense. So, peace, folks, and I'll catch all y'all around later.